Hello and welcome to a Chip Off the Old Block Toys. I'm Jeff, and today I've already started to build this. This is Assembly Square, which is Lego set 10255. This one has been out for many years now, but it's actually still out because this one was the 10th anniversary edition of the modulars, and so Lego has continued to manufacture it even though I think we're on year 17. And you guys might want to correct me on that. It might be 16. I can't remember, but this has been out for a long time. And I've always wanted to combine two of them. And a few months back, I'm not going to say exactly where because I actually don't remember, but I was at a store, and it wasn't the Lego store. It was somewhere else, and that's what I'm saying. The details are fuzzy, and the box was damaged, and a second copy of it was cheaper. So I snagged it because I've always wanted to double up on this. So as of right now, I haven't changed anything but a little bit in the front here, the tile work. And really, this isn't going to be too much different of a build, except for instead of having one level in the middle, it's going to have two. I always like doing that. And I'm on bag number 4. Like I said, I've been doing this kind of like on the side. So I'm going to push this aside and get started. And good morning, Greg, and good morning, John. It's good to see you both. It has been a long time, and I'll try not to talk while I'm doing that. There are reasons why, and I will go over that here in a little bit because I think it's important that I tell you guys what's been going on in my life and why I have been absent. I've made a few videos here and there, but live streams have been pretty much, well, non-existent. So as soon as I'm done opening this other bag, I'll get into that. Okay. So, here's what happened. I've been struggling with health problems. And some really serious health problems. And so if you guys don't know, I've had surgery on my neck twice. In fact, I don't even have a disc in one of my vertebrae anymore. I've got 2 titanium plates. And that was my latest surgery. Well, my doctor warned me that those discs rarely shift. The plates, they'll shift, and they can pinch off the nerve, and it's a lot worse than bone because, well, this is metal. And they took an x-ray of my neck shortly after the surgery so that they could tell if it ever shifts. Okay, good plan, right? Well, then I threw in the mix of moving to Idaho. So the doctor that I have up here does not have access to those records, and the doctor that I have is being a complete bonehead. I guess that's the wrong term to use when you're talking about vertebrae. But the doctor's being a bonehead because I went to her and I told her what was going on, and she says, "Oh, I think you just got a pinched nerve." And I said, "Well, I think it's a little more serious than that because I've had this problem before and I know what it feels like, and it feels a lot worse." And she says, "Nah, well, you know, we'll just give it another week, even though it's been going on for a couple weeks." So it went on for it's gone on for a little bit longer now, and I contacted her office back, and they said, "Well, let's do an MRI or a CT scan with contrast." Well, they did, but she wrote down the wrong thing, and they did the CT scan on my neck, but it wasn't actually my neck, it was my head. And they were looking for aneurysms, which I don't have a problem with aneurysms. So they didn't look at the right thing, and then when they called to give me the results, she says, "Well, good news, you got no aneurysms in your brain." And I said, "Well, that is good news, but that wasn't what you're supposed to be checking for. You're supposed to be checking for Max, get out of here. Sorry, Max was going to start crunching on bags, and it's very annoying when you try and do this. They didn't check for what they were supposed to, a pinched nerve, and so it didn't show up on the CT scan because they didn't go low enough. And now the doctor's telling me she doesn't think I need another scan. And I'm telling you, I'm in such pain all the time. And with this opioid crisis, no one wants to hand you any pain pills. So I don't have any pain pills. I literally am slugging through this every day. And, you know, over this weekend, I've just decided I've had enough. And I'm not going back to that doctor. I'm going to get another doctor and get it looked at, because it's, you know, the old saying is walking on pins and needles. Well, imagine feeling your way through life with your whole left hand numb most of the time on pins and needles. It hurts, it's annoying, and I can't sleep very well because I'm in pain. And again, aspirin, that's a joke. Aspirin ain't gonna cure this thing. I actually wish they would prescribe, I don't know if you guys ever heard, it's called gabapentin. And it's a nerve medication. And when I had my pinched nerve in my neck before, and they prescribed gabapentin, that stuff's better than opioids, because that stuff, it actually just gets the nerves to calm down. It's some really good stuff. Anyway, like I said, I'm just having trouble with the doctor, so listening to me. So I doubt that's going to happen. So I'll be looking at the provider directory tomorrow, or today, later, and I will call up a different doctor, because my insurance is really good and I can change primary care doctors whenever I want, so I will. So, and Steve, I agree with you 1,000% on that. And not that I want to tell you a sob story, but I'll tell you another story that I actually find funny. It's not a sob story. I borrowed my sister's trailer, and I picked up a dog run for Enzo, and well, I parked the trailer in my garage to keep the weather off of it, because the deck of it's pretty bad, and I don't want to get worse. Anyway, when it came time to return the trailer, I hooked up my truck to it, and I thought I had enough room, but I didn't. And I hooked it to the truck, I pulled out of the garage, and instead of going out the garage, it hit the side of the house. And those garage door rails that are supposed to be like a C little thing so you can stick the roller in there, well, let's just say it was flat, and there was no C curve, but there was a different curve because it was twisted like a pretzel as well. My good friend Jim and his wife Tammy, but actually they're both good friends. I don't mean to say it like that. They came over yesterday, and they live about an hour from me. And they came up here, and I had ordered all the parts from Amazon, and we get up here, and they get up here. I'm sorry, and Jim, he's awesome. He knows my condition with my neck, and so Jim replaced the rail for me. And now I have a garage door that's functioning, which means I can park my truck in the garage again. So, really, really thankful for Jim and his wife. We did more than that, though. One of the garage doors in my shop, on the very top, it bowed like this, so there was this gap. So the gap, I always thought it was broken until I was noticing that you're supposed to have 3 hinges, 2 on the side and 1 in the middle for each garage door panel. The guy who built this house only put 1 in the middle. And so when I started looking at that, and you look at the door, on the bottom it's okay, but each time you go up it comes in a little bit, and it's because there's no support on the ends. And so I figured if I got the hinges and put it on there, it would straighten itself out. It didn't really need to be repaired. And as I was cleaning up the shop after I got the shop, I was there and cleaning up, and I found a package in the plastic bag of the hinges and bolts that belonged to the garage door. So in other words, the guy who had this house had everything he needed to finish it, he just didn't finish it. So my good friend Jim, we got some ladders, got some drills, all that good stuff, and He got one side of the door, I got the other. We put all the hinges on it, and just as I thought, each time we straighten it out, put a hinge on, that gap at the top would close until we got to the very last one, and it closed completely. So the garage door is completely fixed. I got to work on a locking mechanism because with the door being bent, the locking mechanism worked. Now that the door is straight, the locking mechanism I have on there doesn't work. It locks, but I can't open the door very far because it starts catching the rail. So I'll have to spend some time figuring that out. But the door is fixed, and that makes me feel good having 3 hinges on it instead of 1, because whenever we get strong winds, which we do around here, that door always sounded like it was going to buckle on itself. So anyway, long story short, we did a lot. And good morning, Chip, and good morning, Steve. I saw you guys enter in. I really appreciate seeing you guys. And let's see, what else was I going to tell you? Oh yeah, we did the dog run. So yeah, I bought this dog run, and Jim and I installed it yesterday. I've got a concrete pad just on the other side of the fence. So we installed the dog run where with the gate to the dog run up against the fence, and once we got it in place and anchored, which we did anchor it because I got a big dog, he can move that thing if he wanted to. Now he can't. We cut part of the fence because it was the chicken wire stuff, and we cut it so that you can open the gate now, and it's folded back the old piece so that you don't catch on it, and we curled them so you can't catch any clothes or fingers or anything on them sharp points. So anyway, and Jim's wife made homemade chicken noodle soup thing, and I don't know if that's really what it's called, but that's what it looked like to me, and it was really good and tasty. So my hat's off to Jim and his wife Tammy. And if you guys don't know Jim and Tammy, they are actually members of my Lego lug called Nut Lug, and they've been really good to me. There's been a couple times I've gone to shows, and I've needed to spend the night there at their house. And when I had my interview, I went down there to change my clothes. I didn't want to drive in my suit, and they lived only a few minutes from the interview. So they've been really good to me, and I've helped them out as well. It's a really good, I think, beneficial relationship between all of us, and they're all part of my lug, and so it's a lot of fun. This lug is really, they put their money where their mouth is. I appreciate it. And if you want to know more about my lug, I believe there's a link in the description, but if there's not, I'll double check after this, and if there's not, I'll make sure there is. If you want to join, it's a great lug, and if you're in this area, Salt Lake area on up to Idaho and even Nevada, we've got some members out there. Of course, we do have one member international in England, but he obviously attends our meetings by Zoom. But anyway, it's all good. And John's saying he got Ruth spayed last weekend. She hates me now. John, that's just temporary. She'll love you again. I'm not trying to make fun of you, John. I know I've had pets neutered, spayed, all that good stuff, and yeah, they don't like you for a while because well, I mean, they hurt. So, but yeah, good time to be had by all around here. Been working a lot on these types of buildings, and I've been putting out videos occasionally. Like even sitting here, when I move my head forward, I all of a sudden feel this tingle on my neck all the way down to my fingers. And when I put my head back, it'll stop, but it takes about 30-45 seconds for it to stop. So that's another reason I just haven't been doing these. It's not because I don't love Legos, and it's not because I don't love you guys and being around you. I do. You guys are a lot of fun, and I appreciate your time to spend with me and to chat with me. And yeah, we kind of get off on some topics sometimes, but that's what I like about it, to be honest. It's a lot of fun. And Mrs. Chip is getting ready to go to South Korea. She'll be there for about a year, and she leaves a little bit after New Year's. and I will be flying out to see her Christmas Eve, and I will be out there for a very short time. I'm basically going back there to drive her car. Well, to see her, of course, but to drive her car back here. We don't want her car sitting for a year. That tends to bust a lot of the seals and basically makes the car crap, tires and everything. It can really wreak havoc with the vehicle. So I'm flying out to Cincinnati area, and her and I will be driving the car back here to Idaho, and I will use the car occasionally to keep it all its seals good. And yeah, so and she'll spend about a week and a half with me, and then she's off to Korea for a year. So don't eat domesticated animals. I wasn't planning on it, John, but you know, I gotta say a funny story. When I lived in Germany for 3 years, from 2008 to 2011, I was talking to a German one time, and he was talking about how he really likes horse meat. And I kind of looked at him funny, and then he realized, like, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. It's not ethical in America to eat horse meat. He's like, but here, we eat horse meat. So, anyway, kind of funny. Cultures are different. What's okay in one culture is not okay in another. And to each his own. I don't judge. I mean, I don't know. The way the guy explained it to me, and it made sense. I'm not justifying it. I'm just passing along the message of what I was told. Is that if a horse has to be put down for its leg, there's no reason to waste the meat. They'll eat it. So, okay, makes sense to me. I don't think they just go out and kill a horse and eat it, but yeah. Oh, I see what John's saying. Don't eat. Well, I think she was trying. I think she wanted to try her favorite cat recipe, but I'm just kidding. I don't know. I can't speak for Mrs. Chip. So yeah, this is the second level of the assembly square, and I'm sorry, I got a little something in my throat today. I'm trying to get something to drink here. Maybe that'll help. Okay, we continue to get snow here, and lots of it. While Jim and I were working outside yesterday, it was snowing, and it's still snowing right now. Carnivore will help BBE, beef, butter, bacon, eggs. Okay. What's the notification on the Eiffel Tower? I ordered it. I stayed up on Black Friday, Christmas, Thanksgiving night. I stayed up until 10 o'clock because they go by Eastern Standard Time, and that's 10 o'clock to me. So I stayed up. I ordered the Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower is on its way. Actually, I can't say that. I did not get the shipped email yet. I got the email that said your order is confirmed, and well, it has hit my credit card. So, and yes, I do use my credit card for Lego purchases, but I have not. Let's put it this way: I've had that credit card for 2008, 4 years, and I've only ever paid interest on it 2 months, and I use it every month. So, no fear. I don't go into debt for this stuff. I just put it on the credit card because it has the cash back feature, and well, I like the cash back. And what would be even better is not having to have cash go out there at all. Yeah, the that is up and coming when it comes to sets is the Eiffel Tower. I also ordered the I don't remember the name of it. It's the Christmas Village little set with the trolley, and I know that's not the official name, but I ordered that with it. And because I ordered those things, I got 3 gifts with purchases. One of them is the Eiffel Tower's apartment, which, by the way, if you didn't know that exists, it really does. I have seen pictures of it prior to this, and I can't remember which U.S. president, but there was a U.S. president that stayed the night in that apartment. It's not very big. From my understanding, it's just a one-room apartment. Um, but anyway, they came. It comes with a little gift with purchase with that, and two others that I don't remember what they are at this time. I will definitely keep you guys updated, and I certainly do plan on doing what do you call it? Live streams. I will be doing live streams with those. So let's see. Yeah, so yeah, I will. As soon as I get the shipped email, I'll let you guys know. And I probably the next little bit, I'm going to be spending a lot of my time getting ready for the shows. I've got a lot of shows this year coming up, and yeah, one of them's coming up this coming weekend. So I will be taking Thursday off of work. And on Thursday I'll be setting up for the show. The show's Friday and Saturday, coming home Sunday. There's supposed to be a family dinner on Sunday at my house here. I don't think it's going to happen because, well, unfortunately, I'm not going to get into what it is, but I will just say that sometimes I think my family likes drama, and I don't. So, I can't even see what this is. The glare is way too strong. There, oh, there it is. Okay. So I guess my thing is, we haven't even started the dinner, and there's already a lot of drama swirling around it, and I don't want to deal with it. And since it's my house, I think I'm just gonna cancel it. Just tell them, you know what? That's the way y'all want to be. Y'all just do that by yourself. I don't want any of it here in my house. Because that's one thing I will say, man. You know, there's a lot of people that say living alone sucks. It does not to me. I enjoy living alone. There are no arguments. There's no fighting. There's no yelling. And not that there automatically will be just because you live with somebody. I ain't saying that. But I'm just saying it's kind of hard to hear yelling in an argument if you live by yourself. And you never will hear that. So that aspect of living alone, I absolutely love. The worst I ever hear is my dog howling, which he doesn't normally howl unless I ask him to, and even if I ask him to, sometimes he won't. So it's a really quiet environment, and I don't want to bring that sort of negativity to my home. And if my sisters have a problem with that, well, go have it at your home. So anyway. Okay, let's see, what are we doing here? We're looking for a piece here that I can't find. Oh, there it is. And I really hate to say it, but sometimes family could be the most toxic people in the world. Because they act like you can't cut them off. And I hate to say that, but I can. And I ain't got a problem cutting people off. I mean, you know, it's just, if you're going to cause a bunch of chaos in my life, hit the road, Jack. And I think that's like a sign of things changing. Because when I was younger, I used to like drama. I'll be honest, I used to. But now that I'm getting, well, now that I'm older, and actually it's been going on for about 10 years, I like drama less and less and less and less. I just don't care. So, anyway, Greg says that the internet went out here for like an hour. I lived like Amish paradise. Yeah, I've seen that meme. It is kind of that way, isn't it, anymore? You know, it's kind of funny because, you know, heck, 30 years ago, there wasn't even the internet, and now it's like we use it for so much that when it goes out, you really feel it. Like right now, you know, I have the Nest hooked up to my thermostat. You know, that is my thermostat, and I really like it. But yeah, if the internet goes down, you got to walk over there manually and adjust it. So, it does control a lot of things in our lives these days. So, all right, let me see if I can conjure up what I need to conjure up here. Okay, it's clear. Okay, I see. It looked like it was kind of white, but it's clear. And you know, boy, sometimes, I am going to get slightly political here for a second. Warning. Okay, so you guys remember a couple Christmases ago there was that big to do about the song "Baby It's Cold Outside." Okay, I really, I just think it's foolishness. I'm just gonna say that right now. It's foolishness. It's just a song, and you know the same people who say that kind of stuff. Why aren't they going after songs that like Cardi B's WAP song? I mean, you know, you kind of think that's a little vulgar. I do. So anyway, I think it's just a double standard, and you know, you got a bunch of rap lyrics that talk about. I mean, there's one about smacking the hoe, and I'm sorry to use that word, but that's what it says. So if you're really about women and protecting them, why isn't that song on the list to get canceled? Anyway, that's the Insane in the Brain, I think it is, the song. I think that's the song that does that. It might not be. It might be the other one. But anyway, I'm just saying I think there's a big double standard when it comes to that. And anyway, when I was outside yesterday, it was so cold, like my nose was so cold and my feet were wet and cold. I thought of the song "Baby It's Cold Outside." And then I thought, oh yeah, that's right. There's people that don't like that song. But guess what? I don't care, because I do. It's alright by me. So, to me, it's just an old Christmas song, really. But whatever. At the end of the day, to each his own. Oh, hey, Shauna, how you doing? And, yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, for John, yeah. Johnny. Yeah. So another thing too, getting ready for these shows. I guess I'm going back to the part about not doing too many live streams. I also haven't been doing them either because time. I'm trying to get my Bricklink store, all my sets sorted so that I can stop doing my Bricklink store. It's taking up too much time, and I'm finding that the juice just isn't worth the squeeze anymore. I do make money off it. That's not an issue. The issue is the amount of time I'm putting into it. I'm not getting back what I need out of it. So it's time to shut it down. And you know, it's not really, to me, that sad. I've been selling Legos online since 2006. So it's not like it is kind of a sad moment, but then in the end, it's kind of like, you know what? I get my time back. It's cool. So, and I have plans for that time. You know, once I get it back. And yeah, so we're building a little dentist chair here. Oh, and I did find more of my modulars outside, or outside in the shop. You might as well say outside, but yeah, it's in the shop. And so I'll be transferring those to Mills plates. And I did order a bunch of pieces for Mills plates, and so I believe and hope that I have enough to be done with Mills plates, to finish off everything I need for Mills plates. Okay, so before I close it up, alright, here it is. Here's the dentist chair. It comes complete with the spit and wash thing, and then the chair that reclines, and there's going to be more on top of here when it's done, but just wanted to show you so far. And in the waiting area, they did stick a newspaper and a little magazine right there, and it's got an old style telephone. Alright, let's keep going here. Let's build the dentist. And I also like this modular, because they have all just the regular smiley faces. And John, I've hit a huge snag with the shop. The company that came out and did the roof the first time. Well, I hired them to come back and do the other. The perimeter on the bottom, and also to fix the roof right above me because I got that leak. and they asked for half the money down. And like a fool, I gave it to them. And they never came by to fix the roof. So I'm out my money, unless they magically appear and do it, which I don't know. At this point, I got my doubts, because the guy keeps giving me excuses, and when I ask him for clarification, he comes up with a different excuse. He's jumping from excuse to excuse, which basically means I'm out $2,700, and it's going to take me a while before I got the money to have somebody come by and do the roof. And most roofing places have stopped for the year because it's already way too cold out there. So I may not get it done till spring. So no, John, I haven't got anything more done on it. And of course, you know, hindsight's 2020. I've been talking to people around here, and they said that in Idaho, never give a contractor half down, because they say they do it to protect their interests, but the thing is, there are so many laws protecting their interests that if I don't pay them, it's very easy for them to get a lien put against my house, and I will have to pay them eventually. So the moral of the story is, in Idaho, never ever give them half down, because they don't need half down. Lesson learned. Oh, I'm forgetting some pieces here. No, it's not the previous owner, John. It's the contractor that fixed the roof on the shop. They're the ones that I gave the money to, and they just kind of disappeared in the night. No, actually, I have heard nothing from the previous owners. Thank goodness. They've been as quiet as a church mouse, as they say. And it looks like I'm missing a piece. Wonderful. And it's a piece that... Oh, there it is. Never mind. See, I always say that and then I find it. So maybe next time I'm missing a piece, I just start talking and it'll appear. Yeah, I'm pretty upset with them, John. $2,700 is a lot of money to me, and that's moving a lot of Legos to get that money. And well, now I don't have it. So, not that this really matters, but I did notice this. The original clock that is in the instructions is not the one here. This is the updated clock they've done. So let's see. I don't mind living in Vegas. Yeah, Vegas is awesome, dude. I've actually known people that live in Vegas, and the stuff on the Strip pretty much stays on the Strip. If you, they lived in the foothills. Anyway, beautiful area, and if you ever can swing that Greg, I'll tell you what, it's hot out there, but it's a dry heat, and I tolerate the dry heat better than I do the humid heat. So maybe you would have the same experience, because where you're at, I know we've talked about it. It's really humid. And by the way, they don't have alligators there, except for if somebody has maybe someone has a pet alligator, but they ain't floating around in ponds and stuff like that. All right, now we got some repetition here, and Shauna says, I have contractor friends in Idaho, except unfortunately live way north of you. Yeah. I don't know who I'm gonna call. It ain't gonna be Ghostbusters, I'll tell you that. But I'm gonna call. I'll get somebody out here. I need to get some money together first, because kind of clean me out, give them $2,700 and not getting nothing for it. I mean, I should say maybe there's a possibility they will show up, but I'm doubtful. I'm very doubtful. That's what I'm saying. Because you got to be careful in this world, because people are sue happy, and I don't want to get sued because, well, we were gonna come out there. Well, let me just tell you. All right. Let me just tell you how it happened. That way, you guys can judge for yourself. Okay. Oh, my phone's over there. Shoot. I'm gonna have to remember this from memory. So he was originally supposed to come out and do the roof, and then he got a hold of me and he said something about it being really cold outside. They were delayed on this job because it was a really big job they were on, and the freezing temperatures didn't help. And he says, we'll be delayed a few days. I didn't hear from him, so I texted him. I said, hey, what's going on? And he texted me back, and he said, oh, well, something about the hydraulic lift on the truck that delivered the shingles broke, and so it delayed us on the job. Said nothing about the cold this time. Like I said, his excuse was changing. And so I was like, look, I just need to know when you're going to be out here. And he said, well, a couple more days. And I said, look, what are we talking about? And he said, well, just a few more days. I said, so we'll be talking about Tuesday or Wednesday? And he's like, yeah, at the latest. Well, Tuesday or Wednesday are like coming up real close right now. They're really close. And I ain't heard from him. There ain't no text message telling me, hey, we were able to get back on schedule with this other job, and we're just about done. We'll be over. There's no confirmation. There's nothing. And that's where I'm getting nervous because, yeah. Anyway, so that's what I'm trying to say. But I will say this much, guys. If he has walked off with my money, it's low enough that here in Idaho, you just got to pay like a $50 filing fee, and you can go to small claims court. And I think that's pretty open and shut case. And then, of course, I used to be in collections, by the way, so I know what the laws are for that. And if they don't pay, if you win a judgment, you can actually seize assets in the state. And you better bet your bottom dollar that if he makes me go that far, I'm going to come after him with a vengeance. I'm not saying it's going to get to that point. I'm just saying if it does, that's what's going to happen. Because I'm really upset about this whole thing. Because I got a leak in my roof. And every time it snows and it melts, guess what? I got water coming in. And if it doesn't get fixed soon, it's going to start causing other problems. So, like drywall and other stuff. Okay, let's see. Just making sure I'm as far as I need to be on this. Okay. Oh, so Shauna, how's your morning going? And Greg and Jenny, or Mrs. Chip and Steve and Greg. I'm sure I said everybody. If I didn't, I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, after this, I'm gonna bundle up, and I gotta go out to the shop, turn on a couple heaters, and I'm gonna be out there doing Mills plates. And I'll probably be out there for a good while because I got 800 of the little plates, and if I do just a straight Mills plate with nothing special, which I usually do something special because each plate's unique. But if I just need just a flat top, it takes 64, and I have 800. So, that's approximately 12, 13 of them. That's going to take a while. And then, but I'm sure I'm going to be able to build more than that because one of them is going to be and actually one of them is not even going to be light gray. It's going to be green, which I have all the parts for that. Well, yeah, John, it's only like 20 something degrees here right now, and it's not scheduled to get much warmer today. So yeah, bundle up in heaters is right. And anyway, one of the plates is actually going to go on the end of this because this is a plate and a half. So I need a half plate, Mills plate, and I'm going to make it green. I'm going to make some greenery, like a little park, or I thought about doing a skate park. So I don't know, but let's say I do the park. I'm going to do a little drop down inside the Mills plate and do a pond. I thought about that. If it ends up, and that's going to be all green, so it won't use up any of the light bluish gray that I ordered. So that'd be nice because that means it goes further. Or I might do a skate park on the side of this. And I like the skate park thing because I used to skate when I was a teenager. Don't ask me to skate today, I'd bust my butt, and I know it. And I don't like trips to the emergency room. Plus, with how heavy I've gotten since I was a teenager, I doubt I can do an ollie. I doubt I can do anything. Hard for me to stay on the board even. Anyway. And Greg says his morning's doing well. And John is talking about his mom moving in with them. And John and I have been talking privately about that. And John, I think that's really, I'm just going to say it, John. I think you're a good man. Because usually kids are moving back in with their parents. Instead, you're letting your mom move in with you. It's kind of the opposite. And I actually think that's really cool, John. And I would take care of my mom the same. You know, if my mom needed a place to stay, there's always a place for her here. So 84 here, John. I don't even want to hear 84, man. That's an insult. No, I'm just kidding. I'm glad you're having better weather than I am here. But we are nestled in the mountains here, so it is what it is. And I knew it got cold here before I moved here, so it's not like this is really a surprise. Okay, so let me show you what I just did. I did this little work here, tile work, windows with the little shades here, or awnings, I guess I should say. I don't remember what this is. I think this is a recording studio, if I remember right. I can't remember. We'll find out. We'll find out together. And if you guys are around today, be on the lookout because I am going to be, like I said, out in the shop for a while. I know that. But the part that I don't know is I might come back in and do more of this. I need to get going on this building. This building's supposed to be in the show on this coming weekend. So I might do another live stream and just build and talk and tell you about my little adventures. As you know, my life tends to be very interesting without even trying. So this is the other way around, just to give her some space. Yeah, no, John. Like I said, I think it's awesome. I really think that that's great of you to do that. And all jokes aside, because I do like to joke, John, but when it comes to family, I will always take care of my parents. My sisters, maybe not as much, but my parents definitely. And to be honest with you, even if my sisters needed help, I'd probably help them out. I just guess I found my sisters annoying because you talk about one thing and then it gets turned into another, and the next thing you know, you called somebody's mom the B word, even though you didn't, because they like to play that telephone game. So yeah, I find the drama with them just really disgusting. But in the end, I think I would help them just because they are family. I don't know. The help I give them might be, hey, you need to get a job. But no, I'm just kidding. No. All right. She takes too much upon herself. Yeah. No. I get that, man. Your mom is one of those that has a very giving heart, and unfortunately, some people um, see a giving heart as an excuse to take advantage of somebody, and I think that's a very disgusting display of character. But unfortunately, there are a lot of people out there that are that way, and I always think it's sad because there's people out there that wonder where are all the good people at, like it used to be, and people helping each other, and then you realize the people that did help each other quit because they were getting knifed in the back all the time. So I guess you get what you ask for, you know. And I don't mean you personally. I mean as a collective. See, John says, for once it's rainy season. I'm behind on comments. Let me. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I don't have a mouse connected. For once it's rainy season. Okay. And Shauna says, glad your mom's doing okay. I can understand the need to be away from drama and BS. That's why I left my husband last year. So good for my mental well-being. And I read that comment. Rue was spayed last week for a while. She hated me. She needs to put herself first more, Shauna says. She doesn't. I didn't even go there anymore. How's your kids and grandkids? Oh, they're good. Greg, thanks for asking. Actually, the kids are doing really well. My oldest is holding down a job, and I know that may sound kind of cruel, but if you know my daughter and you know the issues she has, then you'll know that really is a positive thing, and that it's difficult for her to hold down a job, but she is holding down two jobs actually, and she's doing well in both of them. So my hat's off to her for continuing to fight the struggle that she faces, her mental issues, and still being able to support herself. In fact, she's doing way better than that loser boyfriend she has, but that's all I'm going to say about that. And then I've got another daughter, the daughter that has my two grandchildren, and she's going to join the Marines here shortly, so we'll see. Hopefully, I actually kind of hope she doesn't, but that's just my opinion. Okay, wait a minute. Let's do this. Because I'm concerned about the kids and who's going to take care of them while she's in the Marines. But, kids these days, you can't really talk to them. You can't really tell them. So, I've expressed my concerns and I left it at that. Because I'm concerned because my daughter's not married. She's got two kids, and I'm not sure who would take care of those kids. And because I've lived my life as a military spouse for the last 15 years, I know the demands of the military and how the military really doesn't give a crap about your family. And your family's your problem. So if you've got a family and there's a conflict between that and the military's going to win. And whatever the military wants, the military's going to get. So knowing that, I fear that there's going to be some child care issues, and you can't just trust your kids with anybody. I've known some people, I'm not going to get any stories, but I'll just tell you, I know some bad things happening to kids, even among military members, because people have trusted people in their unit or their wives or whatever to watch their kids, and some very bad things have happened. So I'm just really hoping my daughter comes to her senses and doesn't go in because she's a single parent. Now, if she had a husband and a strong relationship with him and knew that she had someone she could fall back on, then I'd be more okay with it, but that just isn't the case here. My daughter Amanda's doing okay. I don't know if I've told any of you guys because I haven't even been on a live stream in a long time. Amanda was actually involved in a serious car accident a couple weeks ago. She's a car salesman, and she sold a car, and as part of the process, as they're doing the paperwork, you take the car and you fill the gas tank. So she was going to a gas station just a couple blocks away from the dealership, and she was on a main road that had no stop sign, no stop lights, and some SUV pulled out. Even though they had a stop sign, they pulled out, and she ended up hitting them. The speed limit on the road was 40, and she was going 40, and she T-boned a car, and unfortunately, she's having neck and wrist and headache issues ever since. Like a good dad, as soon as she called me, I told her not to talk to anybody but the police, and got her a lawyer, and the lawyer is top notch for this area. He's well known, very aggressive, and because the accident wasn't her fault, I'm pretty sure she's going to get a payout for pain and suffering, which she should. I mean, the guy caused the accident, and I don't know if a phone was involved or not. I think it was, is what I heard, but I can't confirm that. I wasn't there. What I'm meaning is, I think the other driver was on a phone, playing around, texting, or whatever. But I don't have confirmation of that, so that's just, at this point, kind of a rumor. And I'll just leave it at that, because I really don't know. I wasn't there. But I did talk to her yesterday, and she says she's feeling somewhat better, but it's very, very gradual. But the headaches are still pretty strong, and well, she's not in the best of moods because of it, and I wouldn't be either. I mean, if I had a headache all the time and my wrists hurt and my neck was hurt, well, my neck does hurt, but anyway, yeah, but she has had really good luck ever since the accident. She sold like 3 or 4 cars, and so she's got commissions coming in, so she's doing pretty good. And my daughter Amanda's very bubbly. She's got a great personality, and so she finds selling cars easy because she just has no problem talking to people and stuff. And what's really funny is she told me a story how a guy came in and he noticed her Lego sets that she's got on her desk, and when he saw that, he asked about it, and Amanda started talking about my YouTube channel, started talking about my business selling Legos, and the guy was really intrigued, so she kind of gave him the full rundown of the whole thing. So thank you, Amanda, for promoting my channel. And then Spencer, he's doing all right. Been talking with him on a pretty regular basis. He's still got the same job, holding it down, doing his thing. He's talked about having Max shipped to him because Max is his cat. But when it comes time to actually do it, he never does. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with Max. I actually kind of hope Max doesn't leave. I've grown. He's grown on me. He's a good cat. But it's good. Grandkids, well, I haven't been able to talk to Ossia for several weeks now, which has bothered me because I really like talking to her. But she's with her dad, and her dad doesn't like me at all, and that's because I called him out for being a deadbeat. Because for the first 2.5, 3 years of her life, he pretty much had nothing to do with her, including any sort of monetary support, and phone calls were almost non-existent. He has since this last year picked up, last year and a half, he's really picked up his frequency of calling her, and he's being a better dad. But he doesn't like me because I called it how I saw it, that he was being a deadbeat. So, and I'm sorry, but if you're a man and you don't take care of your kids, I think you're a deadbeat. And there ain't no two ways about that. And actually, I'm not sorry. You're a deadbeat. Do a better job. That's all I got to say. Now, there are some situations where a man cannot contact his children anymore. In those cases, you're not a deadbeat. But you better have a dang good excuse. So anyway, I had 4 kids, and I took care of my kids, and I'm proud I did. My youngest granddaughter, Anais, well, she was born in March. That makes her about 8 months. She ain't talking yet, so I don't really talk to her. But I do see plenty of cute pictures and videos from my daughter, thank goodness. I love that. And my daughter Natalie and I, we do talk, so it's and we talk on a semi-regular basis. So it's all good to have that relationship and be able to see the grandkids and see the little cute videos and stuff, and it's awesome. And grandkids are awesome. They really are. They'll keep you young, or they'll make you really old depending on how bad they are. I'm just kidding. I'm only joking. I really love my grandkids. Let's see. Comments. Oh, I missed quite a few. See, I'm talking too much. Oh, okay. No, actually, I didn't. John says, laughing, she didn't want to do anything with me at first. She had a tough getting comfortable, after the surgery. And Shauna says, my friend's dog ate his kennel. Enzo better not do that. But I don't know if he can. It's chain link, but I don't know. Maybe he can. I've been surprised before, and I ain't seen it all. I thought every time I'm tired of saying I think I've seen it all, because every time I do that, somebody comes out with a better fool or a better jackass, and I see something new that I never thought I'd ever see before. So, I mean, hey, I can't say that, right? Not yet. We're still in winter. Cross your fingers. Hey, where's Enzo? Oh, Enzo, he's laying down over there. Him and Max are curled up against the space heater over there. It's kind of funny because he's got that big old coat, but he loves that space heater just like Max does. And I've got an infrared heater, and those cost less money to run. And oh shoot, did I do that wrong? I did do that wrong. Holy crud. Let me fix that. I'm supposed to put this on there. It's like a lampshade, see? The white. I don't abandon mom. We are all together each other. No, I agree, man. Take care of your mom. In fact, tell your mom I said hi. And if she doesn't know who I am, just say it's your weird Lego friend. Maybe she'll know. Actually, John, I kind of wonder, does your mom know about me? Because, I mean, dang, we've been friends for... God, John, I've known you for ages now. Or is it just like, and I'm going to tease Jenny here for a second, but it's kind of like Jenny, where she's embarrassed to be seen with me. Anyway, and that's just a joke, so don't y'all attack me for that. It's just a joke. Let's see. I hope she's okay. I use one of those holders in the dash, set my Waze navigation app, and that's the last time I touched it. I've been following the auto market closely. I'd like to hear her take on the dealer inventory. Actually, I have talked to her about that. There has been a huge glut in cars, and I'm talking like almost to the point where the market's lending's probably going to get tighter. That's my opinion. She didn't say that, but what she can tell me is that all of a sudden there's a big glut of inventory, and that's because as interest rates and the economy gets worse, inflation, repos are up big time, and so that's caused a glut of cars on the market, and interest rates continue to rise, so less people are buying, which is also contributing to the glut of inventory. So things are not that good right now for car manufacturers or used car dealerships and stuff. Of course, though, there is a flip side to that. If you're on the car sales side, there might be fewer buyers, but because there are more cars, it's easier to sell to them because, I mean, you got more to give them. You got more options. And the other flip side of that too is those who are getting cars, they're well qualified. and so they can afford these stricter rules with the auto market. And so when they show up and they're ready to buy. So that's been good because she's actually seen, even though there's less buyers, my daughter personally has been seeing more sales. So. Okay. Extra pieces. Actually, car prices are starting to fall, John. Used car prices. Not new, but used. They were selling over MSRP, yes. Okay, so this is what we've done today. We've added this to this. Enzo, come here. Come here, buddy. Yeah, you gotta come on the table. Yes, come on. Let's show your head. There you go. You guys can see his head right there. At least part of it. Yeah, Enzo's a good boy. What's really funny is I go out to the shop and I'm freezing. And, well, he absolutely loves being out there with this big old coat of his. But then he'll come inside and he'll stay right in front of the heater. I don't know. Dog logic. Alright, catch up on comments here. No, I'm the friend he hides. Oh boy, I don't hide it. Let's see. She should sue the C for not having a stop sign. Oh no. Greg, I mean maybe I described that wrong. So she was on Wall Street, which is a main street. It's like 4 lanes each direction. It's a pretty big road. Or no, it's 3 each direction. Anyway, it's 6 lanes across, and the road she was on didn't need to have any stop signs because it's a thoroughfare. It's one of the side streets that did have a stop sign. The guy ran it, and my daughter like T-boned him. And unfortunately, she was in a small car. And he was an SUV higher, and she kind of went underneath him and picked up his car a little bit, and that's why the car was damaged. In fact, when I saw pictures of the damage, I'm actually really surprised she walked away with no broken bones, because the accident was very serious. So maybe I explained that wrong, but thanks for asking so I could clear that up. Jenny Chip says Lego's opening up good conversation. John says she does. She knows about your Lego channel. Awesome. And I read this comment, but Shauna says, no, I'm the friend he hides. Yeah, okay, Shauna, I don't hide anybody, but okay. Mrs. Chip, yep, that's why you're here and over there. Yeah, well, anyway, I'm not going to go there. I'll just be nice. John, I'll follow a group. I follow a group, Your Auto Advocate. Yeah, actually, I've seen that. And I've seen the guy talk about used car prices. It's been a while since I've seen something from his channel, and that's only because I haven't gone over there. But, John, I do know that channel, and it's a good one. And they go over this kind of thing, and the chip short, yeah, they do. They're very informative, and I do recommend that that channel if you're into, if you're getting close to buying a used car. I think if I remember right, the main guy of the channel used to be a used car salesman for years. He knows their tricks and all that stuff, and he lets you know what the tricks are and how to get around them. So yeah, good channel. And John says, they've been rising inventory for the moment, but they're able to offer incentives. Yeah, true. But I think it's about ready to come unglued, because with interest rates rising, less people are going to be able to afford cars, and there's just going to be a glut of cars, and with all the repos. Yes, they are, and the new ones want to sell because they don't want to hold on to them for fear of cars sitting too long for damage and maintenance. Correct. Shauna, at least the guy buying the car now knows it's durable in an accident. Well, the car was totaled. The car was gone. The car was worth, I think, $15,000, and there was $18,000 of damage to it. So, yeah, it's gone. So, Ray, the father, Zach, the son. Okay. All right, John. Well, hey, guys, thanks for joining me. We're a little over an hour, which is about as long as I like to go with these things, and we did get something done. We did get this top level right here, middle level done. And basically what's going to happen is, because I have 2 of these, I'm going to double this level right here. and then there would be the top level. And I know I got out of camera there. But we're going to make this building bigger than the original. And I really like doing that. And I will do videos when I'm done and all that. And like I said, if things work out, maybe later this afternoon, this evening, I'll do another live stream, build some more on this. Who knows? We'll see. Maybe not. Maybe I won't have the time. But guys, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate the conversations we have. It's been a good one. It's been a good, nice, lively conversation. Thanks for joining. Thanks for participating. Hit the like button if you haven't already, and subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate all those things. All right, guys, be good to each other, and stay safe out there and warm this time of year, except for John. He's already warm. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.